Welcome to the biggest show in the world, Sports Bettors TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the biggest show in the world, Sports Bettors TV. I am Rob, the Mad Hatter, sitting here talking to my boy, The Dream, who's back. What's up, kid?
What's going on, man? How everybody doing out there? I had to take a day off. I had some prior engagements, some things. You guys know how it is, real life happening at you. And I was out yesterday, but my girl sat in. You know, I heard she did an excellent job.
Of course, man. The beautiful queen came on and ripped it, and I did put her in touch, in charge of talent development for the biggest show in the world, brother. So I was talking to her about, all the nice sizes that we like and, the whole package. And she was ready to she's ready to go handle it, dude.
Awesome.
So pretty good stuff, man. So how you been, dude?
I'm doing good, brother. I feel, I'm doing good. I'm great. We won the series over the weekend. I don't know if you guys were up on that. We had, we had the Angels and we had KC. KC came out the gate and won the first two games immediately, so that crashed, and that was plus money. And then we were waiting on the Angels, who got it done on Sunday. I think they went into extra innings, but they got it done. So, make your money, and hey, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what time it is with that.
Oh, all day long, man. And what I did was I actually forgot to post the link on Twitter for the show, man. So while you were talking, I just did it. So, guys, if you could retweet that for us, we appreciate it. It was kind of like a little tight little tweet today, but hey, it is what it is. It didn't have my photos on it for the biggest show in the world, but it's all good. Son, we got a lot of stuff going on out in the sports world, man.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Definitely.
Unbelievable. So as you know, as of this evening, I still call 12 o'clock this evening, but 12:01 Eastern time on Wednesday morning is when the NBA free agency and all that trade stuff goes crazy. And we got a lot of stuff happening, dude. Dwayne Wade. He's going to kind of test the waters out in the open market, man. He's making $16.1 million in Miami, but he's looking to kind of see what he's worth out there. What do you think, man? I don't know about him.
Well, he talked about that on the when he was on the when he was doing the finals. He came in for the finals a couple times and did some broadcast, sat in the booth with them guys. And I guess he slipped up and said something, hinting to the fact that was coming down. So that's not any big surprise, to anybody who's been paying a little bit of attention out there. How do I feel about it? You know what? I don't really have an issue with. I don't have an issue with Wade as far as I'm concerned. He gave his blood, sweat and tears, gave his all to the Miami Heat. I don't really have an issue with him making a move and going somewhere else. If he can find a better spot, I just don't know where a better fit is for him. Obviously, he's going to need to go to a top echelon team if he's expecting to try to get any type of, a run towards the title. So I'm not sure. There's a couple of places I think that he could fit in well. First and foremost, I think OKC would be a nice fit for him, but that's if he can get along with Westbrook. OKC would be a nice fit, and OKC could use a player like him, maybe coming off the bench, in that kind of, almost like a replacement of Harden, so to say. So I'm thinking OKC would be a good fit for him. Also, the Clippers wouldn't be a bad fit for him either.
Oh, definitely. I got news for you, dude. Lake Show is got a lot of cap space,
dude. I don't want. Lakers need young. They don't need him.
I'm telling you though, but they got a lot of cap space,
dude. All I could see that would be like what the Lakers just did with having my man Steve Nash and having him on the bench, and with Kobe and him both coming up, with those injury prones lately, dude. I'm a Laker fan. I want new, fresh, young blood. I don't want Wade.
All right, but they're going to be. From what I understand, they're going after LaMarcus Aldridge. He lives. LaMarcus Aldridge lives right in L.A. So
Lakers, man, been talking to everybody that will talk to them. They were. You know what? I don't know what they're doing. They first talked about that they were gonna. They were trying out. The kid from Duke. They were playing with him. Then they didn't draft him. They drafted a point guard. Kobe doesn't know what he's gonna do. Look, I don't know what the Lakers are doing, man.
I know, but they're making a lot of headway, man. I mean, I'm taking a look at this. So they're interested in possibly talking to LaMarcus Aldridge. I think he's actually meeting with them And then he's going to meet with Houston afterwards, and then they're looking at possibly getting their hands on Kevin Love, Jimmy Butler for the Bulls. Although I don't think Jimmy Butler is going to go anywhere, because from what I understand, the Bulls said that they will match any offer that comes his way. He's okay. I don't know if he's all that though.
Right.
What do you think about Jimmy Butler?
Hey, Jimmy Butler's a great player, a good role player, but not, like I said, the Lakers need, and the Lakers could talk. Dude, don't get wrapped up in Lakers' talk.
I know.
Because the Lakers talk to bad people last offseason.
They love it.
Lakers could talk to whoever they want. They need old-fashioned rebuilding. A couple of the guys mentioned so far, as far as I'm concerned, are definitely not the answer. I think they need to get fresh. They need to go in another direction. They need young. They need new. They don't need older guys that are journeymen. So I'm not going to get wrapped up into their talks, but we'll see what happens.
All right, and let me just take a look at what else I have here. A couple of things. You hear your boy? What happened to your boy Fat Sap?
No, what happened to him now?
Son, his girlfriend or something like that. He got charged for domestic battery for biting her and throwing her on the ground or stepping on her head, dude. What the hell's the matter with this cat? He just got arrested for soliciting a prostitute like 4 months ago. That's your boy. You think so? You think he's high all the time or something? Huh? There's something wrong with him, man.
To act like that, these guys go crazy. Listen, been getting what you want your whole life, and all of a sudden you're out of the limelight. You're not relevant anymore. Life's throwing you a little different curveball than you're used to. So these guys, they get caught up in whatever happens once they retire and once they get out of the scene and out of the limelight. Things happen and they just, kind of lose it a little bit.
But he had a good job, man. He was a commentator and all that. You know what I'm saying? Then he's going, you got money and you got money coming in. Why are you going to go and, go hire a female?
He was
you know what I'm saying?
Financially, though, even with that gigs, I don't know. You got to remember, these guys, that's a good job as far as you and I are concerned.
Yeah, I guess
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you're coming off the NFL and, you're making that kind of money and, we won the Super Bowl and, Hall of Famer or whatever may have you, endorsements and whatever have you, you're used to a different type of salary than cats like, let's say, me or you or, the average Joe.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, hey, you know what? It is what it is, man. It's just it's unfortunate what's going on with him. But, a couple things on my brain, man. We were talking about run lines yesterday, alternative run lines for the MLBs. My man Immaculate wanted me to touch on it a little bit, and I'm going to give an example. So, yesterday, Dream. So I started enacting run lines into my MLB system. I like what I'm doing with it, and I just feel like there's a lot less stress, to be honest with you. Only about 30% of the games, or a little bit under 30% of the games, are decided by one run, and most of the games yesterday were not. So what I started doing was converting favorites to underdogs and doing run lines.
Right.
And actually what I did with the D-backs yesterday was I actually did an adjusted line. So I was able to get Kid plus 265 with them minus 1.5, and they beat the Dodgers by 4.
Yeah, that's dope, but I'm not interested in that.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna, dude,
I'm not trying to put you in on it, man. I'm just saying.
Try to poison me with that nonsense.
Because you're gonna do the, you're gonna get the. That every game that you play, you're going to get the one-run game.
That one run, I know. I listen, I have no problem, and you guys know I've talked about it. I did it a little bit during hockey. You want to give away one run or one puck, I got no problem with that, and that would be if you're a favorite. I do have no problem with that if you need if the extra $50 makes that much of a difference.
Yeah, right. I hear you.
I'm all for it, but generally you guys know I money line football spreads, okay? Because I don't want to deal with any points. So I'm damn sure not going to go get in no baseball or hockey game giving out no 1 and 1.5. I don't care how confident I am. I have tried that like 1 to 2 times in the past. It's been unsuccessful for me. So I would recommend, now if you're plus the 1.5, that's a different story. I do like being plus the 1.5 as an underdog. That's a different story. I'm all for that. But if you're taking a favorite and you're minus, and you're doing it just to save, a couple extra bucks, just take the damn one or at least money line it. Because, dude, the worst thing is to lose by one damn run.
Yeah, right. Well, you have, on the flip side of it, dude, at the end of the day, whether you're money lining, whether you're doing point spreads, whatever, it's all the same. It all washes out to the same odds. At the end of the day, if you think about it, if you really break this down mathematically, it all ends up being the same thing, dude. It just depends on what you want to do as far as how much juice you want to lay and all that. Like a minus 1,000 favorite, 1 out of 10 times is going to lose that game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
I get what you're saying, but but that's how I kind of defy the rules, because those numbers are based on playing a considerable amount of games average all the time. When you're not playing all the games all the time and you're trying to pick and choose and spot, that's how you're defying those averages, and you're trying to walk in between the raindrops.
Got it.
That's how I try to gamble. So that's how I try to defy the average rules of gambling, where I'm not the same. I'm not betting. That's basically you bet 5 games every day. You know what I'm saying, or whatever your pedigree is. You know what I mean?
Walk in between the raindrops. I love that.
You like that, right?
I like that. That's a really good analogy.
Your boy coming in with some deepness today.
I love it, man.
I try to walk in between the raindrops.
Yes, I love it. That's good stuff, man. Well, you know what? It's tough to do that when you have the playoffs and there's you're betting every game, so you got to keep that in the back of your brain.
Playoffs a whole different scenario, player.
Exactly. So
playoffs a different scenario, but like for the most part, with regular season games and especially with baseball, I'm not willing to jump into that run line thing.
Definitely. But, just to elaborate on it, guys, so a lot of books offer this. It's called an adjusted run line. If you want to get the underdog, minus 1.5. So what you can do, and on some books, what you do is actually you go to the line and there's like a drop down. And you could actually pick, your team plus 1.5, plus 1, minus 1.5, minus 2, so on and so forth. So that's what you would do in that circumstance. If you want to hit me up on a DM, I could explain it to you a little bit deeper. But that's pretty much what I've been doing, man. And, it's kind of I don't want to call it a chase system, but what I'm doing, Dream, is I'm basically taking certain teams, converting them from a favorite to an underdog, and then whatever profits I make, I'm investing in them in the future. So right now, dude, I only took $25 yesterday, and it paid, I want to say it was like 61, something crazy on the Arizona Diamondbacks. So now I'm going to put that $61 on them at 265 to 1 as a future, and it's pays something absolutely nuts. I'll look at it. I'll put it out later on Twitter.
If y'all keep watching, Hat moves around from system to system to style to style and tries everything.
I move around, but because hey, listen, dude, what's the definition of insanity? The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So you know what? I've been getting pounded in baseball, so I said, let me fall back. Let me go back to what I was successful in last year, and that's what I'm doing, dude.
No doubt, man. I even got
what I'm saying? Come on, player.
I'm just remembering. My memory is just going back to when you was winning. It was all cocky with the Capper Tech, and it's called winning.
It is called winning. Wait till the end of the year, Playboy. Wait till you see. How many checks have you seen?
Calm down a little bit. He was blowing me up.
Wait till let me ask you a question. How many photos have I sent you in the last year? That's all I got to say about that.
Definitely picked up your photo word.
Every time we get a payout, we send each other a photo of it. And what was cool is that I actually got a text on one that said, "Oh, your payout is ready." So I sent him a picture of the text. That was a new one. New way to do it.
That's because had her mad because I used to send him pics all the time of my stuff, and he hadn't sent me a pic. It had been like years. Not only did we do pics, and then we did the live drop off.
Oh yeah, right, with the bookie, yeah.
So I still got the belt for that. I got the live drop off from Hatter meeting me with his loot.
Wait till I have the $100,000 payout. That's got to be spread out over 50 weeks. You're gonna get so sick of the pics.
Trust me, I can't wait till you got that.
You're going to be so sick of the picks, kid.
Hey, on another note, guys, I want to just say this one thing. My man, Ben, the tennis capper, I don't know if you are listening, brother, but if you are, hey, I want you to keep your head up. I guess over the weekend, Ben lost a little bit of money. Well, I shouldn't say a little bit. I think it actually was a little bit substantial. Lost some money, betting tennis. And I want to say, guys, we always preach, always safe gambling. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
This is not a joke. It's not a game. You're dealing with actual money here. So deal with money that you can afford to lose. And I hope, Ben, my man, didn't lose anything that he couldn't afford to lose. But he did put a shout out there on Twitter about, he was done a rap, going to fall back for a little bit. And Ben, there's nothing wrong with falling back for a little bit. There's nothing wrong with falling back forever. If you can't, listen, this game ain't for everybody.
Right, exactly.
It's a dangerous game, and it's highly addictive game, and we make jest to make fun of it, but at the same time, you guys, we want everybody always to be cognizant of being responsible gamblers. Like I said, this is not, you should to not use mortgage money, car payment money, whatever. This is like, do recreational, like if you spend $50 out at the club or $100 out at the club, you know what I'm saying? Take that money, miss the club this week, throw it on and play with that. And that way, if you lose it, you don't care about it because you would have blew it anyway. But if if you got pertinent things and bills, and you don't have the extra income and you can't, dude, you gotta hold it down responsibly wise. You cannot look to gambling to try to offset that. You just can't do it like that. It's just not healthy to do, and more times than not, it is going to end up it's going to end up negatively for you. So hey, big ups to him, man. I hope you listen. I hope everything's cool, and I hope you're okay. And we love to see you back in whatever capacity. Guys, fantasies out there, guys, as well. I've one of the big things about online gambling, guys, that I like more than using a local book, as I talked about this, is it does also help you kind of contain your disease or your addiction, because at least with online, you can't bet what you don't have. With a bookie, you can get in some serious, situations where you can bet over your head because you're dealing with imaginary figures. And I want everybody to bet responsibly because we don't want to see anybody with any problems.
No, especially with those imaginary figures being on credit. Oh, that's the worst. The book is like, and you know what? What's crazy about some of these books, man, is like, they'll know a little bit about you, and they'll be like, oh, I'll bump you to $2,000. I'll bump you to $3,000. Yo, you want $5,000? Hey, no problem. You know what I'm saying? And they'll bury you. So just, guys, be smart about it. Don't drink while you're gambling, because then you get beer balls and you want to go crazy.
This book used to give out, if you paid the extra money, he would give you hats picks because they were so awful. and you had to pay extra, and he would give you who hat it was taken that day so you could make some money.
Yeah, right. If we were playing with him now, he'd be like, "Oh, I'll give you the Dreams ham plays."
I don't even try it. My last hand was right. No, actually, my last hand was not right. No, the last hand that was that Yankee over. Oh,
I know. Brutal. But hey, it is what it is, man. We'll keep it moving and go over to the Diamond, man, because we got 15 games going on in Dream. I need to be out of here at like 5 of 10 today because I have an appointment I need to get to. So
then don't waste your time on the dusty game that you don't like. Just keep it moving.
Exactly. So let me just switch this up here and go right into it. All right. So the first game that we have here, guys, we're going to break down. There's 15 games on a ticket today. We'll keep it moving through the dusty ones that we're not feeling. But first one we got is Texas-Baltimore. Baltimore minus 155, under over of 8.5, and Texas laid the smacketh down on them yesterday. What you got?
We've got Mr. Kobe Lewis on the mound for the Rangers, who is 7-3. He's got a 4.10 ERA. The Rangers are 24-19 on the road. The Orioles are 25-14 at home. Mr. Gonzalez is going for the Orioles. He's 6-4 with a 3.58 ERA.
You would think that the Baltimore Orioles would bounce back today. Bud Norris for the Orioles is your historic fade. We talked about it yesterday that Bud Norris and CC Sabathia were fades, and sure enough, you know what happened yesterday. So I did not bet those games, but I was just looking at them, and we did talk about them, the Queen and I. But Texas Rangers, 1 game over 500. Taking a look at this, Baltimore is pretty much superior in every single statistical category that I'm seeing, except for offensively, walks and strikeouts. Taking a look, let's see. Texas is, even though they're 2-7 in their last 9, I think this team is not that bad. I think this team can kind of turn their season around, being in that AL West. The Astros are doing their thing, so we got to still keep our eyes on them. But I think last year the Angels were like 4 games under, or 4 games back in the division before the All-Star break, and they finished 10 games over. So you got to take a look at all these teams. I think the AL West is still up for grabs, but I'm going to keep it moving. I would say that the Baltimore Orioles bounce back here, but you know what?
Thing lately, I don't like this game. I would, guys, I think you should stay away from this game. And what's your run line? I mean, what's your money line again on that?
155.
Yeah, dude, I almost like taking a shot with the damn Rangers, to be honest with you, with that kind of money. But
Colby Lewis has got a 4.10 ERA. He's 7-3. He's getting a run support, but
hey, Gonzalez is 4.58. He ain't that dope neither.
Get some over, player.
Nah, I'm good. We're good. I don't like the game.
I did talk about yesterday Baltimore being 11-1 straight up in their last 12 when playing Texas, and Texas just kind of crapped all over that trend. Baltimore, so I don't know if we're going to even talk about that, but Texas, tough game. Tough game. Next one we've got is the Hall of Shame game here. We got the Milwaukee Brewers at the Philadelphia Phillies. Philly minus 130 with an under-over of 7. It seems like Philly has their ace on the mound today. What you got?
Mr. Cole Hamels is on the mound for the Phillies. They're 18-22 at home. Cole Hamels is 5-6 with a 3.26 ERA. The Brewers are 15-22 on the road coming into the Phillies today. They've got Yugman on the mound today. He is 2-1 with a 2.74 ERA. Very nasty game. Keep it moving.
Definitely. The Brewers were down big yesterday. I think they were down 4-1 in that game and came back and won 7-4. Brewers are 18 games under 500. Dude, they're like 22 games back at the St. Lucia Cardinals. It's just absolute madness. It's like you have one of the worst teams and one of the best teams in the same division here. Taking a look at this, guys, I mean, both teams, if you're betting both teams this year, every game you are in serious trouble. Milwaukee, you're down almost 1,700, and Philadelphia, you're down almost 1,600. Philly 1-4 straight up in their last 5. I'm going to keep it moving. I do not like this game at all either, guys. Next one we have is Boston at Toronto. Boston has Eduardo Rodriguez on the mound. Toronto has Marco Estrada. Toronto minus 145 with an under-over of 9. And what do you got here, bro?
Estrada's 5-3 with a 3.45 ERA. The Blue Jays are 25-16 at home. Rodriguez for the Red Sox is 3-2 with a 4.33 ERA. The Red Sox are 18-23 on the road. Tricky game. I like Toronto here, but the Red Sox are pesty. You can't get trying to get a handle on this Red Sox team. It's been left me scratching my head a lot this season. I really have no answers as far as they're concerned. But there's a tricky little spot here. You guys know I'm not really a game-to-game player with baseball. I'm more into the series plays. So I digress and leave the game-to-game work more to Hatter.
All right. I like Toronto run line here. You're minus 145, so you're probably going to get them at like a plus 150 on the run line. I think they laid a smackdown on the Sox today.
The Sox don't really, it's my opinion, and I don't know, and I could be wrong. I just don't know if the Sox get the smack laid down on them by a lot of teams, though, this season.
Here and there.
Seems like they're always kind of hovering around in the game. But, hey, like I said, I'm not a game-to-game guy personally. I mean, there's a couple of spots that I would take. This isn't one of them, though.
When they do, it's versus Toronto, kid. Toronto has a couple of 8-run victories. They have one 8-run victory, one 7-run victory. They seem like a 6-run victory. I mean, they know how to beat up on the Red Sox. So I may do that. I may go with the Toronto minus 1.5. Although I've been punched in the face with that a few times, but getting Toronto plus money at home, with that offense, 5.40 runs a game, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get involved in that. So the next one we have on a ticket, guys, is the Pittsburgh Pirates coming into the Detroit Tigers. This is a really good matchup here. Pittsburgh has Garrett Cole on the mound, who is their ace. Detroit has Justin Verlander. Pittsburgh minus 118 with an under-over of 7.5.
Cole is 11-3 with a 2.16 ERA for the Pirates, who are 18-19 on the road. The Tigers are 20-19 at home. Verlander's 0-1 with a 6.17 ERA.
All right, so looking at this, I mean, Garrett Cole, is the bomb. I lost with him in his last outing versus the Reds, though. This game right now, I mean, basically pull a coin out of your pocket, flip it, and call heads for Pirates and tails for Detroit. I don't really know even what to begin here.
Well, let's not forget that Verlander used to be the ace, and let's not forget that he's, we are expecting. I'm sure Detroit is expecting him to bounce back. Awful start in his first start. So far this season hasn't pitched well, but they're expecting that to turn around at some point. I don't know if it's going to happen today or not, but let's not forget the pitcher that he is. And then we got Detroit's obvious offense.
Right, exactly. And the total's going over in 5 of the last 7 Detroit games at home. Let me just take a look at what else they're doing at home. I'd like to get an idea before I even make a representation on this game. Detroit is 4-1 straight up in the last 5 when playing at home versus Pittsburgh. That probably goes back to last year. Actually, no. Yeah, it does. I'm sorry. It goes back to last year, so we gotta kind of eliminate that. Tough game. Maybe an under here. I'm gonna stay away from it though. I don't like the game personally. I don't like coin flips, dude. Doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm saying? I like to get it where I got a clear advantage, in my opinion. The next one, we have the Minnesota Twins that just got beat up by the Cincinnati Reds. Game was 9-1 yesterday, and Minnesota scored 6 runs, and I want to say it was the top of the 5th inning, and closed it within 2 runs, and then ended up losing the game. But Minnesota has Phillip Hughes on the mound. Cincinnati has DeSclafani on the mound. Let's see. Cincinnati minus 135 with an under-over of 7.5. What you got?
All right. And we got Mr. Hughes on the mound, 6-6 with a 4.20 ERA. The Twins are 15-21 on the road. They're coming into the Reds today, who are 21-14 at home. DeSclafani's 5-5 with a 3.35 ERA.
DeSclafani. Your boy Big Pelf got smoke showed yesterday, kid.
Yes, he did.
They put up 9 runs by the 3rd inning. I was like, oh, man. So, looking at this game, Minnesota's only 4 games over 500 now, dude. Kind of just, fallen way off. I talked about this yesterday. 1-5 straight up in their last 6 games on the road. Cincinnati's 8-1 straight up in their last 9 at home. So, you really, taking a look at this, you cannot back Minnesota in this spot, but I don't even know what to make of this. The Reds are still the Reds. They're 5 games under 500, so I don't like the game either, man. It's a tough one to call. Any opinions or not?
No opinion here other than to stay away from this game. Minnesota, while I've liked Minnesota and backed them in the past, you're one of those teams, you want them home. They seem to play better at home than they do on the road, as their road record is 15-21. So you want to try to get them more at home. This is not a great situation for them. Both these teams kind of remind me of each other in a sense, with the Twins being a little bit better, but that's only better at home. So I think, like you said, this is definitely a stay away from game.
Big ups to Yotto saying he wants to know if you're finally calmed down over Kathy's World.
I am not.
Kathy's World was sick.
I love her, man.
I know. You've been stalking her page or what?
I love her. That girl, she's incredible, man. Very, very. My newfound obsession.
Newfound obsession. I love it. So with Minnesota and Cincinnati, that's a really rough game there, guys. You know what? Little interleague matchup. I don't really care for that one. Next one we have, this should be a pretty good series. We got the Cubs coming into the Mets. The Cubs have Kyle Hendricks on the mound. New York Mets have Jonathan Neese. Chicago minus 120 with an under-over of 7 runs. What you got there?
All right. Well, we got Neese on the mound for the Mets, as you said earlier. the Mets, man, they got that decent home record. They're 29-11 at home, so you can never make light of that. But be careful with this game, guys. Nice is 3-7, 4.12 ERA. Hasn't really pitched well this season. Hendricks, on the other hand, for the Cubs, 2-4, 4.46 isn't all that great either. The Cubs are 19-20 on the road, but this is I want to pull the trigger on the Mets in this game, but I just can't because it's just not that attractive for me. So I'm going to fall back.
The Chicago Cubs are coming off a 5-game losing streak, getting beat up by the Dodgers and St. Lucia, man. So, you know what? That kind of leads me in the direction of, they're okay. I think they still got a little ways to go here because, when they're playing the elite teams, they're getting smoke showed.
Right.
And, looking at the Mets, they actually coming off sweeping Cincinnati in New York. I don't know, man. It just seems like I feel like both of these teams are like 100% equal. I really do, as far as power ranking, in my own opinion. Yep. I think this is a tough one to call as well, and I don't think that Chicago should be favored here though. Now with Kyle Hendricks having a 4.46 ERA with a 2-4 record, and the Mets are pretty good at home.
I guess they're based it on the Cubs' bats. I'm assuming. I don't know either. And then Nice has been awful. This is a bad game. I don't like.
I know. I mean, if you're betting both teams $100 better, you're not even up $100 on either team. So it's like you just bet all that time to waste money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Looking at it, I mean, statistically, it's almost like mirror images of each other. So
unless you just bet the Mets when they were home.
Yeah, right. Then you're in good shape. That's not a bad idea, I guess, but whatever. Then they'll start losing, so you can't do that.
Right.
So, the next one, let's see. We have 9 games left. We have Washington at Atlanta. Washington has Jordan Zimmerman. Atlanta has Shelby Miller. Washington minus 122 with an under-over of 7. I love how dope Shelby Miller is, and he never is favored. He's always an underdog, which is crazy. But it is the Nationals who have been just absolutely ripping it up, dude. What you got there?
Zimmerman's 5-5 with a 3.42 ERA, 20-20 on the road. The Nationals are. The Braves are 19-15 at home. Shelby Miller is 5-3 with a 1.94 ERA. A game that you guys will, I don't like Zimmerman. Zimmerman got me at the beginning of the season against the Red Sox. I'm not the biggest fan of him out the gate as it is. But the Braves, even though Miller is dope, the Braves bats always concern you. As far as I'm concerned, the Braves always concern me as far as your bats are concerned.
Right, 4 runs a game, and Washington's just under 4.5 runs a game. I talked about this series before, guys. Washington owns the Braves. I mean, they've won, I think they lost, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they've lost, 1 game in the last 12 when playing the Braves. So keep that in the back of your brains. Washington did lose 1 against the Phillies, but it was the second part of a doubleheader. As you know what the Queens trend is there with the doubleheader. It's never been a sweep. I don't know, man. Shelby Miller is really, really good. So, I mean, you got an under-over of 6.5 here, guys. Yeah, Washington on the road. It's tough not to take Washington again, but you have Shelby Miller as their ace. So, I would say that this game is just a stay away from. Personally. Yeah,
I'm not the biggest fan of it. The other thing you got going on here, I don't know. You got that under and over. It's 6.5.
6.5. You're right. But Washington can hit the ball, man. That's what scares me.
Got you.
You know what I mean? What are you thinking about taking it over?
Yeah.
6.5 is not a lot of runs. You might be onto something there. We'll take a look at it. We'll break it down later on and possibly go into that. But the next one we have on the ticket is the San Francisco Giants coming into the Miami Marlins. San Fran has Ryan Vogelsong. Miami has Matt Latos. San Fran minus 118 with an under-over of 7. As you guys know, Miami has lost. Stanton is gone probably at least 4 to 6 weeks with a hand injury. So that's a big blow to them, man. That's like their cleanup hitter. You know what I'm saying? So, you thought Miami would be down with morale and come out and beat the Dodgers. Now they got San Fran coming into town. I think San Fran is pretty good, though. So what you got here?
San Fran is one of those teams, though. They just, when you think that they got a game that they're going to win, they lose.
Yeah, right.
So be careful with this one. Latos is on the mound for the Marlins. The Marlins are 18-22 at home. They're 2-5 with a 5.49 ERA. Latos has. So he's not really had a great season this year. But the Giant bats don't scare you. This is kind of really an ugly game. Vogelsong 6-5 with a 4.05 ERA. The Giants are 21-15 on the road. They play a little bit better on the road than they play at home, I guess.
Right.
So I don't know what to tell you here. I don't personally like it. I'd leave it alone. But if you're getting involved, be careful.
Yeah, I'm taking a look at San Fran. I may get them on a run line because I'll get all 9 at-bats there. They're 7 games over 500, superior in pretty much every statistical category I can find. And Latos has been bad, man. 5.5 runs ERA. San Fran 4-1 straight up in their last 5. Miami 1-6 straight up in their last 7. And 1-5 straight up in the last 6 at home. Queen is telling me to fade Miami. She's like, she lives down there, so that's her big thing.
Yep.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna take a shot with San Fran at a let's see, what are they, minus 118? So I'll probably get like a plus 180 on the run line. I have a pretty good feeling about that. I think I'm gonna run with that as well at like a plus 180.
Wow.
So yeah, son, I'm feeling froggy, man. You know what I'm saying?
The Giants don't ever blow anybody out, though.
Yeah, they do.
All right.
Son, they won, let's just take a look at their last 5. I'll tell you right now what they're doing, kid. They won by 3 runs on Sunday versus Colorado, 2 runs on Saturday versus Colorado. They lost to Colorado, but then they won by 5 runs against San Diego and 6 runs against San Diego. So they are blowing people out.
Yeah, I'm just talking about over the course of the season.
Yeah, over the long haul. I get it. Well, you're taking into consideration what they do at home, dude. They only score like 3 runs a game at home. You know what I'm saying? On the road, they're a little bit better. So, like
I said, I'm doing more of the eye test more than being statistically, accurate as far as that's concerned. I don't consider them a powerhouse offense. As to give a run line with. That's just my opinion, though.
I got the idea. So we'll keep it moving. And guys, if you're retweeting the show, we will shout you out after we are done with the MLB. So if you guys can retweet us on Twitter right now at SportsBettersTV, and we are there rocking and rolling. And then my man Frank Vinculato is in love with that play, I think. Saying Vogel's strong. Nice. All right. So
with a 4.05 ERA.
All right. Hey, we'll see what he's coming. He's got to go against Miami without Stanton in the lineup. So Cleveland at Tampa Bay today. Let's see. Cleveland has Danny Salazar. Tampa Bay has Erasmo Ramirez. Cleveland minus 120 with an under-over of 7. Tampa Bay is a favorite. An underdog at home. Wow. Go for it.
Excuse me. You're on San Diego, right?
No, I'm on Cleveland and Tampa Bay.
I'm sorry. I thought for some reason I heard San Diego. Don't ask me why. Salazar is 6-3 with a 4.06 ERA. The Indians are 19-18 on the road. The Rays 21-24 at home. Ramirez is 6-2 with a 4.23 ERA for Tampa Bay.
All right, that's probably the reason why that they are an underdog, but. Their bats don't – this is a team that kind of bothers you as far as the run line's concerned. Their bats are kind of shaky, man. 3.64 runs a game. It's kind of dusty, They're near the bottom. I know that they're having they're kind of – the AL East is like a cluster you-know-what right now. Tampa Bay 1-4 straight up in their last 5 games, where Cleveland is 2-5 straight up in their last 7. Both of these teams are playing ugly baseball these days. I'm going to do a little bit more homework and get back to you guys on it. So we'll keep it moving from there. The next one we have is the great series, but here's the problem with this. K-Sizzle at Houston. Hosmer is out of the lineup for this series. He's got a finger injury or something. I didn't realize it, but Escobar was out yesterday as well with a finger injury. K-Sizzle has Danny Duffy on the mound. Houston has Dallas Keuchel. Houston minus 155 with an under-over of 7. Dude, without Hosmer, this sucks for K-Sizzle, and especially after Dallas Keuchel. What you got?
Keiko has been off the charts this season so far. 9-3, 2.17 ERA. The Astros, who have been playing well, they play well at home. They're 26-16. The Royals, who also play well on the road, are 22-16. With Duffy on the mound, who's 2-3 with a 5.44 ERA. Guys, I made money off this Kansas City team on the road traveling as far as series bets are concerned. But as you notice, I said yesterday that I didn't like anything other than the Angels. I did look at this game, and it did not look in our favor. So I did stay away, as I did know that Keiko was pitching one of the nights. You had Astros got the win last night. They'll probably get the win tonight. So Houston's probably going to take this series. So I'm glad that glad we stayed away from this. As far as today's game is concerned, guys, it's very hard for me to bet against Dallas Keuchel when he's on the mound. So as far as I'm concerned, Houston is probably the play today.
You would think, especially without. I mean, you got to check Escobar's status too. I mean, dude, without Hosmer and Escobar in the lineup, that's a huge blow to K-Sizzle. You know what I mean? I was almost thinking that the odds would be a little crazier. I guess it's just, the rest of the team that's doing their things. That's why it's only minus 155. But I would expect some people to be backing Keuchel a little bit more, and maybe that line would jump up a little bit.
Right.
So if you want to lock it in, you're probably in good shape to do it right now, to be honest with you.
I'm not going to play it as I'm not in love with it. I'm not going to play it. I think I'm going to get involved in another series bet, which we're probably going to get to next.
All right, sounds good. So we'll keep it moving to the next one. We got Chicago coming into St. Louis. I believe this is a 2-game set here.
Oh, it
is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Okay.
We got to look at it, but let me just scroll down. Chicago White Sox at St. Louis. Chicago has Chris Sale on the mound. St. Louis has Lance Lynn. St. Louis minus 118 with an under-over of 6.5. What you got here, brother?
Mr. Sale is 6-4 with a 3.02 ERA. The White Sox are 14-27 on the road. They stink on the road. They kind of stink in general, but really bad on the road. The Cardinals, we know, are dope at home. 29-7 they are. Lynn's on the mound for them. He's 5-4 with a 2.84 ERA.
All right, so taking a look at this, man, this has no score first inning written all over it, player. You got to really look at that. Because St. Louis is superior in, like, everything, but they're going against Chris Sale. Chris Sale has been, like, lights out. Even though he's got a 6-4 record, he's not getting the run support. And Lance Lynn's been pretty good too, man. So, might be something to take a look at. You're going to pay a lot of juice. That's the only problem with that. You're probably like a minus 175 with that, dude. So maybe you do that in a little parlay or something. A little fun parlay for light money,
Yep.
Going to the next one here, we got the LA Dodgers at the Arizona Diamondbacks. Big ups to the Arizona Diamondbacks for winning by 4 runs yesterday. They were down 4-0 in the game too, dude. So I'm looking at them like, I lost this play. Whatever. It was plus 265. I'm good. Whatever. So then I refreshed my phone. I fell asleep, refreshed my phone. It was 6-6 in the 8th inning. I'm like, they're a home team. They're still not going to cover the 1.5, right? I guess in the bottom of the 8th inning, dude, 4 more runs, and I was all set with that. But LA has Carlos Frias on the mound. Arizona has Robbie De La Rosa, who Dan loves, by the way. LA minus 125 with an under-over of 9 runs. Go for it.
All right, Frias is 5-5 with a 4.31 ERA. The Dodgers are 16-22 on the road. My man De La Rosa is 6-3 with a 4.69 ERA, and the Diamondbacks are 19-18 at home.
All right, so I don't know if I'm feeling as froggy as I did yesterday with laying Arizona minus 1.5 again. If I was to do that, dude, I'd be probably plus 170 on it. I don't know if that's enough juice for me to do it with a home team, versus LA. I think LA may bounce back here, but De La Rosa's been pretty good. So, I don't know. Well, actually, no, he was good until his last outing. So, I don't know, man. I tried my luck with it. I cashed. I think now is the time to kind of step back a little bit and kind of watch this series play out. So I'll keep it moving. 3 more games on the ticket, guys. We have Colorado at Oakland. Colorado has Jorge De La Rosa on the mound. Oakland has Sonny Gray. Oakland, kid, mine is 210 juice. The Oakland A's, man. The Oakland A's.
looked at Oakland and I wanted to pull the trigger on them in the series yesterday. I was on the fence with them, but, just the inconsistency and the way they got beat by KC, had me fall back from them. So I'm kind of regretting it now because they got last night's game out the way, and Sonny Gray will probably get the win tonight, and then you won the series already. So I'm kind of mad that I didn't get on it. But whatever. No, never cry over spilt milk or a bet you didn't make. Sonny Gray's 9-3 with a 2.09 ERA. The Athletics are 15-23 at home, which was another reason I wasn't all that excited about trying to jump on their bandwagon, as they don't play that well at home. The Rockies are 16-21 on the road. De La Rosa's 4-3 with a 5.15 ERA.
Taking a look at the under-over of 7. It might be, what's De La Rosa again? Let me take a look at him. 5.15 ERA. I was thinking about an underplay there, but I'm probably going to pass on it. If anything, I may do a Colorado.
His numbers inflated though from where he plays.
Yeah. Good point. Total's going over in 11 of the last 14 Colorado games, and Oakland is 6-3 straight up in their last 9. I other than getting swept by K-Sizzle, I still like this Oakland team.
Yeah, no, I like them too. No, they've been turning around. Been playing well. Especially against a bad team like Colorado. You definitely got to like Sonny Gray here. But with the numbers right now, the juice. I know nobody in the nation's feeling them because our guys don't like spending that kind of money.
No, definitely not. I don't blame them, man. With Oakland minus 210, you know what I'm saying? That'll be the game that they lose. I mean, it's just the way baseball's been going. You know what I'm saying? So
I just don't think Oakland can afford to lose games like this anymore right now at this point in the season. If they're looking to try to turn their season around or get a little bit going. And Sonny Gray, I don't think he's coming out trying to lose a game like this. This is a game like how I always say they should win and probably will win. And they need to win. So I'm thinking that they get it done tonight, to be honest with you.
All right, 2 more games on the ticket. We got the New York Yankees coming into the LA Angels. Yankees have Ivan Nova on the mound. LA has Andrew Heaney. LA minus 130 with an under-over of 8 runs. What you got?
That's the Yankees. They're that Stanks team that got us when we were looking for them to score some runs that night, and they don't. I was leaning towards the Angels, but I didn't love it for this series. Angels got the job done that last night. They'll probably get the job done again tonight, even though Nova's 1-0 with a 0.00 ERA. The Yankees are 20-22 on the road. Angels are 24-17 at home. They play pretty well at home. Heaney is 0. He's got no decisions in a 1.50 ERA.
All right. So looking at this, dude, the Angels are 3 games over 500.
Yep.
All right. Trying to catch the Astros. They did their thing versus the Astros. I think they'll continue to do all right here. You got an under-over of 8. I think the under-over is right on target. I think it may land right on that number, to be honest with you. I just don't know if I like a side in this personally. I don't see the LA Angels being that much favored as a minus 130. I think this should be more of an even game, to be honest with you. But I don't know. I can't bet either side here, bro.
Okay.
All right. So the final one I have on the ticket is the Seattle Mariners at the San Diego Padres. Seattle has Mike Montgomery on the mound. San Diego, Ian Kennedy. San Diego minus 120 with an under-over of 7. And I can tell you guys, I've watched a couple of San Diego games at home. Their crowd is kind of electric out there. I guess they're kind of waiting for them to get going. They're like, yo, is this the game where they're going to turn their season around, The crowd is definitely in it, versus some of the other teams that play at home. It's like you have nothing. You know what I mean? So I think they have somewhat of a clear home field advantage. I don't know, man. What do you got here?
We got Ian Kennedy going for the San Diego Padres. He's 4-6 with a 5.09 ERA. Padres are 18-20 at home. Mariners are 17-19 on the road. Montgomery's going for Seattle. He's 2-2 with a 2.04 ERA. I was looking at this game for a series, but it's also another 2-game series as well, like the Cards are. So, guys, I got no series plays for you today. And I'm not going to play this game either.
All right. Looking at this, I mean, if you look at the stats, they're pretty even all across the board here. It's almost like they're mirror images of each other as well. Looking at this, the total's going under in 4 of the last 6 Seattle games, but 4 of the last 5 San Diego games have gone over, guys. So I don't know, man. Looking at this game, I mean, neither one of these teams are decent. I mean, it's another coin flip, bro. Another coin flip. I'd have to break this down and get back to you guys, but there's definitely better games on the ticket, guys. My man Frank Vinculato just alluded to the fact that San Francisco, Vogelsong has not let up a run in his previous 2 starts. Something, and he's going against Miami with Latos on the mound, where Miami, like I said, I mean, their power is now out of the lineup. So I think San Francisco is the play today.
You guys are trying to talk me into
No,
this.
I do. When you take them is the time to fade them. You and San Fran is like me and the Yankees. You know what I mean?
I'm not doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. So San Francisco is what I'm looking at today, and I am looking at the Toronto Blue Jays on a run line. That's kind of what I'm looking at. I will get back to you guys later on, and we will go from there. So, Dream, you got nothing, huh?
I got nothing, man. I don't like nothing today. I'm not feeling anything too much. We'll back up, regroup, look for a series bet to start on, I believe, Thursday. So it looks like we're going to have 2 days off, possibly. I'm taking a look, I might could be convinced into playing the Blue Jays today, just straight, I don't really mind giving the juice as much. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I could be talked into it. Also, is a possibility. I got my eye on the Nationals. Maybe I parlay the Blue Jays and Nationals together just for $50, just to make the evening interesting, or maybe I don't. So, guys, if I change my mind, I'll hit you up. As of right now, I don't got nothing I love, so I'm backing off.
All right, sounds good, man. I'm looking at.
I sure don't like the Giants.
Yeah, right. I'm looking at the White Sox St. Lucia no score first inning as well. I kind of like that play a lot.
Looks too easy.
Yeah, you're right, and it's probably it's probably crazy juice. So
looks too easy, crazy juice. I don't know. Sale's been due a kind of a bad. He hasn't had a bad game in a minute. He kind of do a little bit of a rough outing. I don't know if today's going to be it. I don't got my feeling. I don't got no great feeling about it for some reason. So, right. We'll pay back and forth. Listen, guys, you know how I do. If I got something and if I like something, I will tweet it out. Look for me around 6:30. If not, that means I'm going to take it easy tonight. And I'll probably tweet out that I'm taking it easy as well, as I usually keep you guys in the loop of what's going on. I will be on Twitter a little bit more than usual now. I got some things out of the way. I got some side stuff done. So, guys, who I know I haven't been on Twitter as much. This is the time I try to, fall back a little bit, get in with the fam, take care of business at home, do what I got to do. But I do have a little bit of extra free time on my hands. So you guys may see me a little bit more frequently on Twitter.
All right. Sounds good, dude. So who retweeted the show today, brother?
Oh, let me pull that up. I'm sorry. Let's see what we got here. As far as the retweets are concerned, we have my man Tommy King out there retweeted. Getting to a check is out there. Sin City Maverick, Tyrone Reed, Joe's Picks is out there. Bet and Booze and Bets is out there. Chai Picks is out there. Frank Vinculato's been helping us out with the retweet and all the stellar information. We do thank you very much. Stoopy Bets is out there. My boy Tay, what's going on? Jay Cass, CK Wins, Vegas Girl 92661, who is in Las Vegas as we speak right now at the Golden Nugget doing her thing. Hopefully she is winning. I know she's been eating awesome sushi over there at that sushi spot that they have. So hats off to you, baby girl. Boston Boy is out there. Moneyline Hunter is out there. Buster Carr as well. Buddy the Dog. What's going on, Playboy? We got Sports Shark out there dialing. My man Benjamin Rowe, C. Rodriguez Jr., Winkley. JC's out there always giving his contributions. And I know he can't wait for Georgia football to get started. G. Rose is out there. Rick Lopez. I can't wait for football to get started. My damn self. Yes. Immaculate. Christo, Stitch Talker. My boy Doc Marlin, Soccer's Finest Irvin. Sirach King J. Just to name a few that have hit us off. Guys, thank you so much for your retweets. Thank you so much for all your support as always. I am the Dream. Always remember who you with. Actually, I do got a couple people I want to shout out on my end. Want to shout out my man Rick Lopez. Want to shout out Ben, the Kid Picks. Direct Sports Solution as well. Philly Picks is out there. You know that. My boy Kermit the Frog. What's going on? I did say Tay already. Sin City Maverick. My boy Cotton Scott Weaver. Always giving his contributions to us as well. Notorious Doug B. Spot Bet. my man SBTV for life, Ryan Cordero, my boy Vinny, Larry Jacko, and my boy Dank, who I haven't talked to in a minute, but, you know, he did reach out and get in touch with me. Cousin Pete, I'm looking for you, brother. If you can get in touch with me, I would appreciate it. Rainmaker512 is out there, and Clown Man Swag. Guys, I'm out of here. I am the dream. Always remember who you with. Make the most of each and every day, as you cannot get this time back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Guys, we are Sports Bettors TV, the biggest show in the world, having an absolute blast every single day, man. 9 a.m. during the week, 10 a.m. on the weekends. Although this weekend, I will be off the map, Dream. So I just want to, yeah. Myself and Dan are gone, kid. So
what?
I know. But we'll have the conversation about it. But guys, tomorrow is Hump Day. It's Hatter's Track of the Week. We'll be out there. Friday is Freaky Fridays. We're looking forward to it. We love you to death. Go out there. Go easy. Do your own homework. Bet your own plays. Make your dreams a reality and get that money. Take care.
Peace.